right. Am I on the air? Yeah. All right, guys. So a few people hit me up and a few people hit me up and said that, hey, Max, did you notice that Omarion Miller, wide receiver from Colorado, he erased his IG account? He doesn't have anything Colorado on his IG account. And what does this mean? Now, I do follow him on IG, but I don't pay attention to people IG, so I don't know if he had already done this a week prior or 2 weeks prior. I don't know. And I can't remember if he had any activity on his IG account. But so a lot of people are speculating. Some people are speculating, like, what does this mean? Does it mean that he's still on the team? Well, you can go to their roster online, and you can clearly see that he's still on the roster. And so you see it right there, Omarion Miller. He's still on the team. He's still on the roster. Now, let me just tell you what this is reminiscent of. I'm going to tell you right now, like, what my first thoughts were. There was a football player. There was quite a few football players, maybe a few years ago. They were talking about how during the season, they don't participate in social media. They don't even look at social media. And some of them, they make their accounts private, or they get off social media altogether, or they wipe their slate clean just so that they can focus on the season. They can focus on the season, and they can just clear out all the negative chatter out of their mind, which I agree with. I think if I was a player in today's age, with social media, I would wipe my slate clean unless I have to use it for business. I mean, if I have to use my social media for business and promotions, that's one thing. But I definitely wouldn't read the comments. I wouldn't even participate in the comments. I wouldn't look at the comments. I wouldn't even look at news, what the news is saying about the team. I wouldn't do anything. I would remain focused on the task at hand, which is playing football and trying to have a good season. That's pretty much what I would do. So when I see this, that's the first thing that comes to mind, because he's still on the roster from this online roster that I see. Some people are interpreting it where, well, Max, his IG was active, but now he wiped everything from Colorado clean. I can't really verify that because I haven't been checking. I'm very bad with checking social media, even though I make content. And, I think I got to get better with that. But, as far as me, I don't reading comments on IG and getting really hardcore involved in IG. I really don't do it. Now, my personal IG account, occasionally I'll post funny memes and stuff like that, but that's as far as it goes. Even my business IG account with Bus Nations Daily, I'm not really active on it. And I know some people like, man, you have an IG account and you're not really active on it. I'm not even active on my TikTok account. When you have to stay focused, there's other things in life than social media. And I agree. I mean, if he wiped his social media clean, just to focus on football, I could see that. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, if his social media was active a few days ago, but now he wiped the slate clean, that's the first thing that come to mind. Maybe he just want to focus on the season. Since after the loss, there's a lot of chatter online. Sometimes you get tired of hearing it. You have to think about this for a second. You have to put yourself in the place of the athlete that actually is going through it, because they on a huge platform. Everybody has an opinion and everything, and has something to say about how they play. He probably was getting trolled. You're subject to trolling. You're subject to nasty comments. So sometimes you just want to be done with IG altogether. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually healthy. it's actually healthy to take a social media hiatus or take a social media break. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's the first thing that come to mind. I don't think there's anything. I mean, I'm not privy to anything, any inner workings of the team or anything like that. I'm really not. I just pretty much give my opinion like everybody else. So yeah. So hopefully everything is fine, and he's just focusing on the season. The focus on the season ahead. When I think of Omarion Miller, I go back to I got to go back to that USC game last year because he had a really good game last year. Think about it, against Caleb Williams and USC, had a really breakout game there. And I remember Travis Hunter cheering him on from the sidelines because Travis was hurt at that time. And that's a fond memory that I have. That really big game that he had against USC. I mean, he really lit it up, didn't he? He really did. Hopefully, we'll see him at some point featured this season. It's a very long season. Hopefully nobody else get injured. They had a couple of injuries on the team. And, Shiloh went down. He had surgery. He should be back in a few weeks, according to Coach Prime. Dallin Hayden went out. Chidozie has something with his arm. And also Coach Prime addressed that. He said, you remember when Shador and them was going out to the locker room? Some people had some things to say about that. So, look at him leaving early. But you got to remember he got the forearm to the face. He received the forearm to the face when he tried to make a run, and his head hit the ground. His head bounced off the ground. So it's not out of the ordinary for the trainers to take you to get observation. So Coach Prime said he was getting observation, and that's what he was doing. He was waiting for a TV timeout, and Chidozie was in front of him. And but it's crazy how they'll run with that. I bet you if he tie his shoes the wrong way, the media probably will. Hey guys, Shador is tying the shoes the wrong way. What does this mean? But this is the type of platform they on. Everybody got an opinion. They could walk the wrong way and people have an opinion. He can jaywalk across the street and it's going to make TMZ. And I'm just kidding. I'm not saying it's going to go to TMZ, but so yeah, it's just this. It's no different from this. Maybe he wants to take a break. And I agree with taking a social media break, especially from Instagram. I really do. The reason why is because there's a lot of videos being popped at you, spreading false narratives and propaganda. So just take a social media break. You ever just took a week off of social media and just enjoy outside? You ever do that and you feel you like you recharge your battery? But hopefully just focus on the season, man. That's how I take it. What say you? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, and by the way, if you noticed that he had content before, I didn't notice. I'm not really on IG like that to notice if he had any content yesterday or the day before. But I do know that people that follow them, they could be rather nasty in the comment section. You got to have thick skin for social media. But if not, take a social media break. It's nothing wrong with it. Guys, what say you? Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.